week number 6, BNI Director presentation. This is the second time the directors come into the chapter, and it's a 10 to 15 minute presentation. And so the delivery goes something like this. Hey everybody, how's your power team experience going so far? Is anybody having success with generating referrals through one or more levels of systematic visibility? Let's see a show of hands. How many bragging buddies here have completed boot camp orientation? There'll be a brief discussion here. Okay, so this is kind of picking up on the momentum of what was done just a few minutes earlier about being a connector, creator, or order taker. Now we're kind of asking the same question but from a slightly different angle. Okay, and that's going to create discussion about who's done what the orientation has been, and where people are at in the process. So back into the script. Okay, how many have implemented one or more levels of systematic visibility? Let's talk about it. Earlier in the meeting with your education coordinator, you looked at being an order taker, connector, and creator. Pretty interesting stuff, wouldn't you say? Well, guess what? Remember the first 4 levels of systematic visibility that we're talking about? Let's open up your workbook to page 12. Okay, so we all open up to page 12. And let's quickly review what these 4 levels of systematic visibility are, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so everyone please open your workbook to page 12. Number 1, transactional. Okay, you see level 1, transactional. This is the business card organizer, using your business card organizer with clients and customers. Okay, everybody, just below that you see level 2, situational. This is recognizing the 6 key situations and asking trigger questions. And as the trainer, you'll just ask, does everybody see that? Okay, now open to page 19. Okay, what we're doing is we're getting people to flip through the workbook, and the more they do that, the more they're going to see, because this might be the first time some of these people have looked at it in a week. Okay, we know that this is true. So we want people to open up, get familiar with it, and use the material that they've already invested in. So open up to page 19, and let's talk about reverse visibility. Okay, that's information on clients to uncover referrals, exchanging information on clients. Now, let's take a look at page 20, the opposite page, annual review. This is a proactive call or lunch with past clients asking a series of trigger questions to uncover referrals. Let me ask you people a question. This is me talking to the chapter. Do you want to make more money? I thought so. Well, you know what? Here's how you do it. Okay, I'm at the bottom of page 1 of this document. Start implementing these easy-to-do techniques on a regular basis during your regular business day, and you'll be an order taker, connector, and creator every single week. Now, I'm going to step back, my fellow trainers on this training call. Okay, I get excited about this because I'm going to tell you that this is true. I guarantee that if you and your people start implementing levels 1 through 4 on a regular basis, they're going to be creating referrals every single week, and we're going to multiply the number of referrals per member per week in your chapters. I guarantee it. Okay, and it's all about accountability once we've got people trained on what they should be doing. So let's go back into the dialogue. So let me ask you, how many are already generating referrals from 1 or more levels of systematic visibility? Awesome. Those of you who are already creating referrals are ready to join with another bragging buddy group to form a power team, and that's what we're going to wrap up with today. Now that some or many of you are ready to form a power team, I want you to think carefully about the business categories you target. Be strategic. Let's take a look at something called the Contact Sphere Tendency Matrix, which may give you some new ideas about business categories from other contact spheres that could become Golden Goose referral sources for you as a power team partner. So everybody, open up your workbook to page 24 and have a look at the tendency matrix. As you can see, the contact spheres are listed from top to bottom in the left, and across the top from left to right are the 6 key situations. The grid simply shows the top 3 key situations that generate the most referrals for each contact sphere. Start with the key situation you've built your power team around. Circle the entire column from top to bottom, okay? So we're getting interactive here. People are taking out their pen or pencil, and they're circling the column that represents their number 1 key situation. Take note of the various contact spheres that are also in this key situation. Okay, so we're going to give a minute for people to do that. They're circling the column that's best for them, and then they can see which other contact spheres either have an X or a number 1 sharing that key situation. So back to the script, bottom of page 2. These contact spheres will tend to be the most productive power team partners for your business category. Now, during the after-meeting support session, we'll collectively watch the version of Webinar 12 created specifically for your contact sphere. Okay, I like this part. Specifically created for your contact sphere for much greater detail on the best key situations and other contact spheres that tend to be productive power team partners for your business category. So here's the note. During the after-meeting support session, we will have 6 laptops. Remember, we talked about that from the prior lesson plan. We now have 6 laptops, each playing webinar number 12, specific to this specific contact spheres. Okay, raise your hand if you're in the business services contact sphere who will provide the laptop to watch that webinar. And then you simply repeat the process for all 6 contact spheres, and then simply wrap up by saying, during the break, can all those people who volunteered their laptops kindly do the setting up so that we can start right at 9:30? Thank you. And then the note is, the director to ensure that laptops are spread out across the room, preferably in sequence, and that there's enough seating for people in each contact sphere. So wrap up by saying, that's it for now. See you back here at 9:30, and then we'll get into the after-meeting support session in just a moment. So I see that there was a question typed in, maybe more than one, and I'm going to look at those and then we'll see. Okay. So what recommendations do you have to keep members motivated to bring referrals to the chapter even though they are not for their bragging buddy? Have you found members focus finding referrals for just their bragging buddy to the detriment of referrals for the rest of the chapter? And the answer is absolutely, positively yes. There is a certain special good feeling that happens when you create a high quality referral for someone in your chapter who you know is going to deliver good consumer value to the prospect. I want you to give referrals in abundance, not just to your bragging buddies. There's things you're going to do for your bragging buddies that you're not going to do for everybody in the chapter. Okay? You're going to implement some systematic visibility strategies for your bragging buddies because you're going to be proactive for those people. But because your techniques are so powerful and you're being so proactive, there's going to be a lot of low-hanging fruit that you're going to be able to pass along to other people in your BNI chapter, because now you're looking at them in a new way. You're looking at them as how they're relevant to these life cycle events, and it's much easier to see their connections. Plus, think about it. At the chapter meeting, the more referrals you give, the more people are thinking about you as a leader in the group, as someone who they want to network with. You gained mind share. You earn top of mind awareness with people in the chapter because you're giving referrals. You know what else you're doing? You're increasing the visitor conversion ratio by giving more referrals. Okay? Visitors are watching what's going on. The more referrals given, the more visitors converting into members. So I could go on and on about this topic. Bottom line is I want you to give in abundance, but there's some specific things that you're going to do to help your bragging buddies that are unique to the bragging buddies. Okay? Okay. So that was a great question. I'm not sure who asked it, but thank you for that. Hearing no other questions, I pronounce you man and wife. I move on to the final section here.